And then bring it back up to the center. Right here, take a deep breath in, lift up. And as you exhale, bring it down, drop over to the right side again. Hip goes back, chest goes forward. Lengthen your spine. Notice your breathing. Come up to the center and go over to the other side. Drop your heel back. Notice the length in the leg that is not bent. The strength in the knee that's bent. The hip goes back. So this leg is taking all the work back to the center, not the joints, down and up. We're gonna go 3 times down and up. In 2 and 1. Right here, knees bent, abs in, chest up, arms forward, and flip the palms up. So I want you to pay attention to your shoulders here and your neck. When they're down, what happens? And what happens when you flip it up. That one little move completely changes your posture, right? So we're gonna flip the arms up, pull back and forward. Like you're opening a drawer in a really dramatic way. Chest is up, elbows back and forward. So you're hugging your abs in. Right here, we're practicing engaging your core, following with the upper body, pressing through the heels. So your lower body is working, your lower body is engaged. Are you breathing? Couple more. One more time. And as you might guess, we're gonna add a squat to this. So you're gonna go down with the forward and up with the back, because why wouldn't we? Take it down. Now notice where your knees are over your feet, down and pressing through your heels, come up. So your brain is completely connected to where you are using your muscles the most. And if you're using it mostly on one side, focus on finding your center, hugging into your core, lifting your chest, dropping the elbows. So if you're up here, fix that a little bit. Chest is up, drop and pull back. 2 more times. 1 more time. Now we're gonna go down and do the same arms. So here, press to your heels, knees over the feet, arms pull back. We're just staying stationary, front to back. Now more things are working, right? So now your legs are working, your knees. Check them out. Are they over your feet? Are they wanting to buckle in? You probably have to pull them back. And then what's happening in your abs? You want to stabilize that lower back, your lumbar spine, breathing. Breathe in, squeeze. So we're practicing posture, we're practicing stability, we're training strength. Last time, down and up. Just a down and up, do whatever you want to with your arms. 3 more times. 2 more times. And last one, just shake it out. That was your warm up. So your upper body is warmed up, lower body, grab a sip of water if you want to. We're gonna turn, so if you wanna use a chair, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do first. We're gonna kind of ease into a bigger range of motion. So you're gonna plant one foot, pull the hip back, and then set the toe down on the floor. So you're pushing the hip back, lengthening your spine, and here's a place where you could use a chair or not. All right, from this position, toe on the floor, heel down. I want you to feel the standing leg. I want you to feel the glutes fire up. Bend the knee, hug the abs in. From here, square your hips. So we're gonna go down and up 10 times. You ready? Here we go. 10. If you did a couple extras, that's okay. Push that heel back. So you wanna straighten this leg. This leg isn't soft and sloppy. And then you're squaring your hips to the floor as much as you can. Breathing, shoulders back, pressing through your heel. Breathe and lift. Extend that leg. Now this one, hold it at the top. I want you to hinge forward a little bit more. So if you're still using your chair, you can either move your hands or bend your elbows. So now you're hinging forward more. So the down is a lot further to go, and then back up. You ready? Down and up. Notice your shoulder blades, squeeze them together. Now you could be doing it without the chair, right here, or here. Check out your hips. Did your hips want to open up, right, and come out of that? Extend that leg back. Breathe and lift. Are your abs pulling in? In 3, in 2, one more, and 1. Wait, slowly stand up. I did that kind of last minute. Did you do it with me and stand up out of that? It's those little things that create a little bit more or a little bit less if you just kind of fall out of it. So now, second leg, bend your knee so you'll see it from that side, little bend, and then actively pull your hip back. Right there is where I save the knee. If I just get into this and go here, I'm putting all kinds of weird force on my knee. I talk about that over and over because I promise you if you follow along and pull your hip back, your knee will say thank you. Push into your heel, hinge forward, right? So we're at an angle and lift up. Down and up. Now notice your shoulder blades. Are they all kind of weird? Are your shoulders lopsided? You're wanting to square everything up as much as you can. Are you breathing? So you want to feel this as standing leg is working, the glutes on the other leg are working. Let's go 2 more. How are your abs doing? You're stabilizing your spine, hold it at the top, hinge forward more. So this knee is still bent, you're not on a straight leg. Bend it a little bit. Here we go. Bigger range of motion. Now one of the benefits of using the chair is that you're giving your spine a little bit more support besides just your muscles. Extend that leg. And again, you could be doing it without the chair, right? Woo. Breathe and lift. In 3, keep this knee a little bit bent. 2, one more. Hold at the top, slowly stand up and come out of it. Shake it out. You want to walk around? Take a walk. I don't have a huge space here, so I make my walk really small. If you have a giant room, go walk around. Shake it out, because yeah, we're gonna do it again, yay. And this time I want you to get a little bit more intentional, get a little bit more out of it, because now we've innervated more muscle fibers, water if you need it. First leg, bend that knee a little bit, little hinge. We're doing the same exact thing with that slight angle, bigger angle. Chest forward, shoulders down. You ready? Here we go. Slight angle. So if you don't want a chair, don't use a chair. Breathe and lift, but focus on that back leg, right? Mine's as straight as it goes. You want to be active. Square your hips. Breathe. Almost there. Hold this one at the top, hold it up there. Little bigger hinge forward, so you're gonna feel it in that hamstring on that standing leg more. Shoulders back, here we go. Down and up. Now you're not diving into your hands. Your hands are just a light touch. Drop your shoulder blades. Extend that leg. You got it, breathe. Keep that little bend in your standing leg. 2 more times. Breathe and lift 1 more time. Hold it at the top and slowly come up. Did you feel how much you had to use that leg when we came up? Great news, we're gonna work on that specifically after this other side. So bend your knee. I know that you guys don't actually think that's the best news, but I do, because I think about what it does for you. Hinge forward, lengthen your spine, extend that back leg and go. 10, square it up. Abs in, 9, drop the shoulders. Drive into the heel. Stay in it. Breathing. In 5, active through the hips. 4, think about what you're doing. 3, think about your alignment. 2, hold it at the top, a little bit forward more. Here we go. Down. 10. engaging your glutes. 9, soft through the shoulders, soft through the elbows. 8, soft through the hands. Where's your neck? Is your head hanging down? Lift it up. 4 more. 4, 3, abs in, 2, 1 more. Hold at the top and stand up. Shake it out. Everybody get some water. Move your legs a little bit. So glad they're doing the yard work next door. It wouldn't be a Monday without them. It's their day, it's their time. Okay, so as promised, now we're gonna do the motion in and out of it. Why? Because now we're creating a more dynamic range of motion instead of an isometric contraction, and you're going to have to use your core more, especially if you use the chair. Your core wasn't holding your body to stabilize. Now we've activated everything, we're gonna utilize it. That's the why, this is what. Square it, lengthen, down, and I want you to go to your fullest range of motion. Press through the heels, stand up. Down, press through the heels, stand up. What happens when we only use the chair is you don't turn things on that we need for this. So just, it's there, use it as you need to and use it as it's helpful, but it's not just a crutch, right? Okay, so everybody's in a different place with what you're ready for today. Some days are just not the most stable days. Square your hips. You know the position. Lengthen. So you want to lift that foot up and just make your body get the sensation of being on one foot. Do you need this? Use it. Here we go. We're going to go forward. The biggest range of motion you can get to. So go forward, square things up, see where it can go, lengthen your spine, find it, and then slowly stand up. You're using your chair however you need to, 10 times. Here we go. The work is in moving into the position. Here's 2. Press through your heel. Find your core. Are you breathing? Bring it down. Shoulders back, long spine. 3, are you getting a little bit further? You've got a micro bend in that standing leg, right? Breathe and lift. When we go slow, it has a neurological benefit, right? Because we're giving our brain time to innervate all the different muscle fibers. It's not always pretty. Breathing and lengthening. And we have to do a little more work, right, on that standing leg to stabilize. Square those hips. And then we repeat it. We train it over and over. Press through that heel, lift up. Own your strength, feel it. Noticing that leg, feeling that leg working is not a bad thing, right? Breathing, do it one more time. It's all in how you frame it, which is why I'm so annoying about how I frame stuff is so exciting. Because if you think of it that way, it just feels better, right? Shake it out, that was the last one. And you get a different result out of that. So if you're afraid of how it's gonna feel, if you're afraid of feeling your legs burning a little bit and working, it's gonna create a different result. So other leg goes down, heel down, square your hips, core in, shoulders back. Lift that toe up, just see how it is, and then slowly move yourself into your biggest range of motion. Now this first one is probably not gonna be as far as your last one, right? This leg may be tighter than the first leg you did. Lengthen your spine, stay with it. Find your end point, find your stability, and then come up. Are you breathing? Bend your knees, square it up. Extend that back leg, breathe. Stay with it. Yes. Micro bend, square your hips, extend the back leg back, chest forward. Press through the heel, engage your core. Extend and lift. You could be going a little bit faster than me. You could be going a little bit slower than me. You don't have to be right with me. You're not rushing. You're just finding how it feels. And you're challenging yourself to your biggest range of motion. I'm going 2 more. Super slow, yes? 1 more. That's how we turn things on. That's how we create stability. And when you get done with your last one, shake it out. Everybody takes a walk around your space, breathing in, breathing out on purpose, in through the nose, and get some water. Whew. Yeah, it seems so, like if you just look at it, it's like, well, that doesn't look like much. But if you really get into it and feel it, there's a lot going on. Maybe I don't have to tell you that. Okay. We're going to give our legs a second. And we're going to go through a range of motion for the upper body to create some opening in the chest and some strengthening in the back. So a little bend to the knees. Block, a pillow, a something that you can push in on both sides. Drop the shoulder blades down. Hug your abs in. Your elbows can be kind of soft. If you lock them out, you're probably in your neck. So get soft through the elbows. Drop your shoulder blades. There we go. Press down through your heels. Squeeze your core in. So right here, you're not forcing anything. We're just holding your biggest range of motion. Drop the shoulder blades more. Lift your chest more. Drop the shoulder blades a little bit more. Now pull your abs in. Squeeze your block. Take it down all the way. At the bottom, instead of being here, come here. You got that difference? Of course you do. Abs in. Press your block. Come up. And then see how high you can go without getting into the neck. As soon as you feel your neck tense up, bend your elbows. Bring it all the way down. Squeeze the shoulders back. Core in. Open up. See if you can get any further. Yes? We're creating happier shoulders. Every once in a while, wiggle your toes. Shoulders back. Abs in. Knees bent. Breathing. So when you sort of unlock stuff that's congested and locked up in your shoulders, in your back, in your hips, chest up, chin up, then you can move better. Then you can feel better. Then you can breathe better. Breathe and lift. Just see. 2 more times. You don't have to be doing a death grip on your block or your pillow. Just extending it up so you have something to press on a little bit. Drop the shoulders back. See if you're getting any further. 1 more time. Breathe and lift. Breathe and lengthen. Your knees are still slightly bent. And then bring it down. Shake that out. From here, we're going to go forward and back. But now that we've sort of opened this up, your range of motion hopefully is a little less congested, and you can pull those shoulders back and squeeze right between those shoulder blades, squeezing in and pulling back your rhomboids, that little butterfly shaped muscle group in your back. Here we go. Squeeze right there. So when you pull back, you're going to go to default and then on purpose, right? So it's like two places to go. You pull in and then you go on purpose with the shoulders. I'll go this way so you can see the shoulders. You pull in and then pull them back. Now when you pull them back, watch your lower back that it doesn't just you're not getting it from here. You want to squeeze your abs in, movement from the shoulder blades. We want to keep your shoulder blades mobile because they float right over the ribs. Breathe and squeeze. 2 more. 1 more. And release. Shake that out. Now we're going to get into combining the legs and the arms, because why would we do just what we did? Thumb is up. Remember at the beginning, the palms, wasn't that long ago. Thumb goes up and then it tracks back. So you're starting thumb up and then you're tracking back. Now in the meantime, use your chair if you need to. I'm gonna do it this way without the chair, but I will do it with it. We're gonna go on one foot, obviously I need it, and we're gonna go out and down. So the leg and the arm move together, because now we're creating across the body stability. So you can use your chair to hold on to high or low, hinging forward, and now your body's like, oh, I remember this, I know how to do this, no problem. I guess, no, I'm gonna do this leg first. So the same leg that's in front down is the arm that's gonna move. All right, the leg that lifts is the arm that's holding you stable. Bend your knees, square your hips, lift the leg up, lift the arm up, thumb up, chin up, shoulders down. Here we go. Down and up. Down and up. Breathing. Yes and up. Where's your core? Hug it in. Exhale. Scanning from your heel to your hip, extending that back leg, pulling your abs in. Stay in it 2 more times. Lift and squeeze 1 more time. Hold this one at the top. You know what's coming. Just see. Could you do 1 finger? Could you take it away? Can you hold? Can you create more length in the arm to the shoulder? Lift the hip up, square it up, stand it up. Shake it out. Yes? Celebrate that, why not? Other side. So now you're gonna anchor through the other foot in front, square your hips, extend that leg back, hand on your chair or not, you choose. Use your core, lengthen your spine, keep tilting forward, lift that back leg up, active through the back leg, bend your knees, square it up, lengthen. You gotta get it situated, the other arm goes. We pull up and down. Up and down. So you wanna be sure your hip is squaring, right? It's a little, when you do the opposite leg and the opposite arm lifting, it's a little harder to get all twisted up. Now, are you kind of letting the arm just do its own thing, or are you thinking about it? Squeeze that shoulder blade, turn the thumb up. Keep your neck in neutral alignment. Drop the shoulders. Breathe and lift. Extend and lift. Right there, hold. Find the balance and stand up. Woo! Breathing. Anybody need water? I'm gonna get water. Oh. Man, that was going all day Saturday. We're just gonna do a centering one. Reach and pull. Are you with me? Sorry about that. Here we go. Down and up. Find your center line after all of that, having your feet on the floor, having the stability. 3, we're gonna go to 10, and then we're gonna go into our second set. There's 4. Whew. 5, drop the shoulders. Are you finding it easier to lift your chest more and pull your shoulder blades back? Center line. 3 more right here. 2 more times. Pull it back 1 more time. Lift and pull it back. Shake it out. Now we're gonna go to the other side. So you're gonna anchor 1 foot. Same one the arm goes, other leg. And we're gonna be able to move right through this. Thumb is up, leg is up. Here we go. We go down, we lift up, thumb up. Take it down and lift up, thumb up. Good. Breathing. Extend that leg. Find your core. Are you finding it a little bit easier to move through this? Breathe and lift. Drop the shoulder, lengthen your neck. Enjoy the quiet. Stand it up. Yes, other side. Plant, square it, lift that back leg. Other arm goes out. Let's do it. Down and up. I want you to really own the change from the first set to this set. Right? This will allow you to move through your day differently, physically, than had you just kind of moved right into your day. Two more times, breathing and lifting. We're gonna hold that one at the top, lengthen, pull in, square it up, find that leg, and stand it up. Yes, awesome job. Last time, taking it wide, shoulders back. This time, instead of a pull like the drawer, we're gonna open. So it's gonna be a close and an open. So palms up, thumbs back, down and up, squeeze in, down and up. You get to choose how low you go. You can go way down and way up, or you can make it really small. Where do your hips go? You all answered back, right? Squeeze in, lift up. Let's go one more of these and release. Shake it out. Grab a sip of water, shake your legs off. Well, don't shake them off, that'd be bad. You wanna keep your legs. Just shake them out. That would be sort of unfortunate. So options here. We're gonna go into the side and up, like a half moon. Here's your option with the chair, which I will probably just do the chair. If you have the block, you could do that. Now, if your chair is here, you can bend your elbow to get down lower and just barely have that hand on there. I want to practice engaging your core from these positions. So if you just rely on holding on with a death grip here, we're not training the muscles in your core to make you stable. So we're going to plant one foot towards the end of your mat, much more gracefully than I just did it. And then you can either have a fingertip on a chair to hold, and the benefit of the chair, by the way, or the block, is that you can actually work harder at lifting this leg because you're not having to struggle with balance so much. Take that hand, open it up, and then see if you can get down further. Now, while you're doing this, I want you to pay attention to the standing leg. You may have default that this knee kind of dives in when you go on one side. So you've got to practice pulling that hip back, keeping that hip back while you attempt to lift and open. That right there could be just a moment of work for you right now. Stay with it. Stay with yourself. Stay with where you are, because when you work those little details, a whole lot of things can open up. Right? So extend this top leg, pull the bottom leg back, drop the shoulder back, open up. I know, how much longer, Marcy? My gosh. Okay, so now see if you can go on one finger. Can you let go? If not, it's right there. Can you let go? And stand up. Did you do it? Of course you did. All right, other side. This one I will use the block since my chair's over there, and you don't want to see the other side of me. Foot facing this way. Tilt into it. Hand on your chair, hand on your block. Lift that top leg, right? So just get the top part up and then focus from the bottom foot up. So the foot to the knee to the hip, and then start working into that top leg a little bit more. So you're keeping your bottom leg, that hip pulling back, you're not diving in. Keep pulling that hip back, lengthen your spine, drop that shoulder blade, right? So you don't want to be all bunched up here. Whoa. And then you're going to work on the top leg, top arm, abs in, open up, find your core. Lift the top leg more. So you can get just like a millimeter of movement in that top leg, active through the foot, active through the bottom leg, active through your core. Now try going on one finger, breathing. Just keep coming back to it. Yes. See if you can let go, and as slowly as you can, stand up. You just changed things. You actually made your brain have more neuroplasticity and ability to innovate and do cool stuff like young people do. You know we're doing this again because this is where you get to benefit from the work you just did. If we just moved on, you wouldn't get to sort of capitalize on your work. So get there, but don't get sloppy about it. You want to get into the minutia, heel to knee, knee to hip, keeping that one hip back. Square this hip open, then get really active through that top leg. Extend the foot out. Drop the shoulder back. Pull the hip back. Open the arm up. This hand, you're either way down or up here. How are your toes? Are you doing a death grip on your toes? I know there's so many little things. Open it up and breathe. See if you can get onto that one finger. There's an action here. Your core engaging, and stand up. If you completely fell out of that, don't worry about it, but maybe you want to just get back to here and see if you could practice coming out of that. That will change your stability. Anchor, because we have another side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it all out. Ha. Okay, and now you're gonna go on this side, bend your knee, pull the hip back, lengthen your spine. Your block comes down. And so it's almost like opposing action. One hip is pulling back this way, the other hip is pulling open this way. This leg is getting active this way. Your toes are light, your heel is pressed down. That's gonna activate your glutes, and then you're opening. So it's almost like strength and tension and work, and then softness in your shoulders. Lengthen your neck. Breathe and lift, breathe and lengthen. Find your center, find your stability. Get onto that one finger. And then see what you can do. How slowly can you stand up? Did you feel everything in your core have to grab on when you let go? That's where we create stability, right? So right here, last time I promise, it's down and press up. So just own your center, own your strength, pressing your knees out, squeezing your muscles in, dropping your shoulders down, finding your mid-back. Breathe and lift. Breathe and lengthen, opening the shoulders. You got one more time. Down and up. Shake it all out. So that's how we create integrity in our movement. That's how we create more strength while we're also creating length. And so we create balance in our bodies. And I'm gonna turn my chair this way because since I have a chair, why wouldn't I use it for some close push-ups? Now, if you're just like, on the push-ups, you could go on your knees, you could go on a wall. There's a lot of benefit to a push-up because just like these other things we do, we're focusing on the upper body doing the move, but everything works together. So I know you want to have a stronger upper body because we don't keep strength just naturally, we lose it naturally. Maintenance becomes progress. So you're right here. If you're holding onto a chair, so if you're on a couch, your hands can be this way. You can figure this out, right? Like wherever you need to be. But your hands are close enough that your elbows are gonna be close to your body and you're creating length. This is important. You're creating length from your shoulders to the crown of your head. If you come in here and do a push-up, I see it a lot, it's sort of like this natural way to go. That's gonna create, well, this, right? So we wanna create length, drop the shoulder blades back and down. 10 times. If you're feeling impatient, just start. Find your core, elbows tracking close, Create length from your shoulders to your neck. Lift your chin up. Create strength in your core. Back of the arms. Right? I'd be retired if I had $1 for every person who's asked me how to tighten up the back of the arms. Breathe and lift. I really wouldn't be retired because I would do it anyway. But I just have a lot more money. Woo! That was 10 for me. Release, shake it out. How are your wrists? Did you feel that in the back of the arms? We're integrating. There's so many things more. This isn't just one muscle, but all this stuff right around the shoulder blades. Shake it out, because yeah, second time, you wouldn't want to miss it. We actually might do this one 3 times. So many good things out of it. Find your core, right? So we've activated all of that. You've got this. Shoulders down, let's go. Press up. Can you find your center line? Right, so I know you have one arm that wants to take over and one arm that is glad to give it up. Breathe and lift. Are you using your abs? Lift up from your abs. Take a little bit of load off of the hands and the shoulders and the arms. Squeeze in from your core. One more time. And you're breathing, yes? Shake it out. Shake it out. Right here, I just want to do this. Open and close. Practice activating your core. There's sort of this moment that happens for some people, because I talk about that all the time, and you might be one of them that you're like, I don't really know what you're talking about. I don't feel anything happening. You tell me to squeeze in, and I do, but it doesn't feel like anything. Keep practicing it, because there's a moment when neuromuscularly you find connection, and all of a sudden you go, oh, that's stability. That's what she's talking about. I have abs, I can feel them. And that's a really magic moment, right? Did you get to 10? Yeah, shake it out. Doing it one more time. One more time. Shoulders back, working your mid back as you work your arms and the front of the shoulders. Create as much length in your spine, create as much openness in your chest, abs in. Here we go. Now, you know you can play with how much you bend your elbows. You do not have to go down very far. You could go like this. I actually recommend that if you find yourself really congested in the neck, like just feeling like your shoulders will not get out of your ears. Just make it small, and then you can keep growing it. As you create, that was 10. As you create different patterns of movement for your body, which is what the whole name of the game is about. We're gonna walk it out to a downward dog, but first take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in, lift up. And as you exhale, open up, bend your knees, slide your hips back and slide your hands forward. Right, you'll get more graceful. You will. The more your core works, that's where your grace comes from. When your core holds you up, you can just move the upper and lower body anywhere it needs to go, because you have strength from your center. So drop the shoulder blades down more. Drop the heels down and lift your hips up. Feel that lengthening. Are you breathing? 2 times, really on purpose. Breathe in and then exhale. Like just that sigh of relief. And then come up into high plank. Go down into low plank. Lift up into up dog. Open up the chest. And then slide it back. Drop your heels down. Breathe and release. Drop the shoulders. Drop the head and the neck. Notice where you're holding tension in your neck. Keep your core on. After whatever position you're in with your inhale and exhale, after you exhale this next time, breathe in and come back up. High plank last time. low plank, up dog. And then we're gonna go on to all fours, just like that. So if you need a pillow under your knees, take a second and get that. If you need to do something different, take a second and do that. We're gonna extend one leg and we're gonna wind up taking it out to the side and back in. I'll go this way because I don't know if you could see that. Out to the side and back to center. So it's out to the side, back to center. All right, hands down under your shoulders, lengthen through your spine, pillow under a knee if you need it, extend the legs, square your hips, flex your foot, take it out to the side and back to the center. And I want you to notice when you take it out to the side, if everything wants to turn, right? So you're gonna square it up and bring it back to the center. Why am I doing this? Because I really want to get into this lateral motion with the hip in this closed chain exercise. Shoulders back, abs in. Breathing, yes. So we're practicing with stability, moving this leg out to the side. Now, if you find that it doesn't want to do that with your foot down, like you just can't move it without turning your foot, make your range of motion smaller. And when you get to 10, you're gonna set it down, sit back, just shake it out, and go to the other side. So the benefit here is that you have the stability, go this way. You have the stability with the arms, hands are down, your spine is stable, you're not trying to balance so much, right? You may be trying to balance because maybe this is challenging for you. Here we go, take it out. Toe faces down. But you can focus on this one angle of motion in that hip. Breathe and back. Drop your shoulders. So many things have to happen here for your body to stay stable while you move this leg away from your midline. Pull your shoulder blades back and down. But it's only gonna work if you focus on it. If you just let it go, your body will reinforce all the default patterns that you do in your life anyway, right? Breathe and open. And when you get to 10, you set it down, shake it out, and switch sides. Last one like this, and then we'll go on to our backs. So hands down, foot up, long spine, take it out. Bring it in. Notice where you feel that sensation. Notice if this leg wants to get sloppy. Are you breathing? Stay in it. Abs in. Keep that leg lifted. Is the leg kind of sinking down? Are you dropping and like sinking into the leg on the floor? So lift up, be light. Right, we're just trying to expose different little guys. Release that if you're with me. I just did 10. We want to kind of create new patterns of movement for little muscles that affect the overall movement. You want to create stability. This is how we do it. Lengthen your spine, abs in, hip square. Here we go. Foot down. Bring it back to the center. Keep your core pulled in. Squeeze and lift, squeeze and lengthen. Hold into the center line and breathe. All right, as we get older, we have to practice different patterns of movement. We get kind of routine about what we do. We move forward, we move backwards, we sit down, we stand up. Right, what happened to like running and lunging, swinging? Right, like the monkey bars. Oh, those are hard. But if you train for it, you could do it. All right, release that. If you got to 10, everybody gets water and we go on our backs. I think it's one of the most obvious and also the most amazing things that we research, which is whether a human body at age 90 can actually continue to put on muscle, and the answer is yes, which is why it seems obvious to me, because you're still human. But we forget that. Heels down, not you, because you're here, hips up, knees right over the feet, tuck your shoulder blades under, create the length in the neck. I don't know if you noticed your shoulders hiking up into your ears more and more every day last week. But here's our opportunity to create that length, create this strength, which allows softness. Strength allows for softness, right? You do the hard things, it allows for easy living later. You get up, you do this stuff, it makes your life easier later. Press your heels, lift up more. I'm staying here so that we can keep activating, keep creating. Can you push up a little bit more than where you started? That's because we stayed here. Down and up 20 times. Push into your heels and lift up. So now all that work we did standing with one leg lifting, everything open. That's an open chain. So we just had that one foot down, hands wherever. Anchoring onto the chair made it more closed chain, but right here, everything has stability. So we can create a different kind of strength. And the most important strength, in my opinion, is that posterior chain, because of how much forward flexion and weakness we create in the back half of our bodies. Lighten your toes. Are you counting yours? It's okay if you're gonna rely on me, but if you rely on me, you have to be flexible on your number. It's just true. Find your center line, push into your heels, lift up, squeeze in. Breathe and lift. Notice right or left. After you get into like past 10, one side is like, I got this. And the other side is like, thank you, I don't. And so it's up to you to think about which side has to step up and start working harder, and which side needs to let the other one work a little harder. Did you get to 20? I don't know, did you? This is my last one. Set it down, lift the knees up. So everybody set your feet down again. Relax your shoulders, squeeze in from your core, lift your feet up, lift your knees up, set it down. Do you feel how much work goes from here to here? And then how much easier it gets. Now come all the way up from here to here. Now your legs are gonna take over. So it's this last little motion where we really have to activate, focusing on using our abs to lift up. That will create more strength and stability around your hips, which is what we want for you to feel more stable in life. Here we go, heels down. I want you to put them all the way down and then lift up, and you don't have to come all the way up yet. Remember at the very beginning how we did that kind of part way and then we did all the way? Well, we're doing that again. So your focus is on your abs, squeeze in, and you can set your feet down and like let go and then squeeze in. Squeeze in. Are your shoulders relaxed? Right, so there's like, this is where the softness is. This is where the strength is. Breathe and lift. Long through your neck, long through your spine, breathing. When you breathe on purpose, different things happen in your nervous system. Now this one, I want you to bring it up higher. So now we're gonna come up higher, and I want you to get to the top point, like this is kind of, I could stay here for a few minutes, seconds, and then I want you to come up just a little bit more, where this is now kind of work. Down to center and all the way down. So up, little extra, down, and down. So this one, if you can help it, do not release and let go and just flop the feet down. Just kind of touch the floor, lift up, lower, squeeze your abs in, lower. Hug in, lift up, lower, and lower. Squeeze in, little extra lift, lower, Because now we're really working your abs. Up, squeeze, lift, lower, and down. Up, squeeze, lift, lower, and down. So we're trying not to push off of the floor as much as you're lifting off of the floor. I'm going 3 more, because that sounds good. You're breathing, squeeze your abs in, lift up. One more time, hug in, lift it up, lower, take a little rest. Now we're gonna do the whole thing through. So you're gonna come up and up, down and down. So a little bit faster with a little less pause in every position. You can make your legs as long or as short as you need to. Shorter makes it a little bit easier. And if you need that, do that, right? No need to strain your lower back. Relax your shoulders, lift it up, and bring it down. So now we're keeping our abs engaged the whole time. Breathe and lift, right? If you don't want to lift up at the very top, don't, right? At the very top, you could just come to here. Squeeze in. And I want you to picture both sides of your body coming in towards the center. And then your hip bones and your rib cage staying connected. Right? Relaxing your shoulders. The stronger your core gets, the less you're gonna have to rely on that. So if you need to, you put those elbows down and you use your upper body a little bit as a brace, right? To pull off of. And then as your abs get stronger, you can take that away. Breathe and lift. How are you doing? Are you breathing? Are you squeezing? Are you feeling your core? I'm going 8 more. You want to try to get this out of your legs. You got it. Squeeze and lift. Almost there. Squeeze and lift. These are the ones that count, so don't miss the very end. If you feel it in your lower back, remember you just bend your knees more. This is my last one. Maybe it's your last one. Drop your knees to one side, which should feel kind of good. Release your hips. The opposite hand faces up. Pull everything where it needs to be for it to be doable for you, right? If you feel all kind of weird in your neck and like that's awful, just bring your elbow down. Relax your bottom leg. You can bring your top leg down further. You go where your body goes. Just create that length. And I want to hold this for just a second. Because you know, I love the image of being on ice because it really like brings home exactly what happens when we get more stressed, when we feel unstable, everything pulls in. And so right now I want to offer you the opportunity to breathe and let things relax and go out, right? Drop your shoulder blade. Slowly come back to the center and go to the other side. And just see what's here, what's different. One side, maybe your sides are as lopsided as mine and one's super tight. And that's okay, just breathe into it, notice it, and every exhale, see what you can let go of. Drop the shoulder, relax the head and the neck. And you just keep scanning. Keep scanning for where you have tension. Are you grabbing on with that bottom hip? And then slowly come back to the center. Extend one leg up. I do want to stretch out the hamstrings just a little bit. Extend that leg to its highest point. Relax the hips, relax the shoulders. Place the hands behind the leg. Every exhale, what else could you let go of? Other side. Extend it up. Relax the shoulders. We have to reset every time. So release, breathe, let go. And then hug your knees to your chest. Release the lower back. Relax the shoulders down. Keep the length in the head and the neck. Just release, take a deep breath in. Exhale, grounded, strong. One more time, deep breath in. Fill up with energy, and as you exhale, release, rock forward. Take your time with this. You come up at your own pace. Breathe in through your nose as you lift your hips, and especially as you lift your upper body up, shoulders come back and down. Take one last deep breath in, get both sides. And just see, is it a little bit different than when you started? Do you have more space? Do you have more length? I know you have more strength. Awesome job. Well done. Now you can go.